Hey everyone, welcome back to Modlife Season 3, Episode number 20. Kind of picking up right where I left off last episode. I've done a few things since I last left off, but mainly I've been gone for a while. I was out on a vacation for a couple weeks, and you guys may or may not even notice. Made sure to have a good amount of videos set up and ready to go, but the last few days, I stayed a little bit longer and away on vacation, a little bit longer than anticipated, so didn't quite have enough for the last couple days. Just got back yesterday and, settled in, got a good sleep, and, we're back to it today. Welcomed by Enderman, apparently. Hello, my Enderman friend. I think you're ready to die, aren't you? Because you're stealing my dirt. Stop stealing my dirt. Get over here. You can't kill me. I am too powerful for you. I have a calculator. Wow. I have a calculator. You cannot kill me. You just teleported underground, I think. Well, guys, I have a plan for today, and if you guys may or may not have noticed this nice, fresh patch of land right here, I got a good idea of what I want to build, and that would be a blaze spawner. Not just any blaze spawner, a kind of cool looking blaze spawner. Yeah, we'll go with that one. I got a pretty cool idea build in store for this, and as far as like the whole mechanism is concerned, as far as how it's going to be set up and everything, I had a couple different ideas of how to possibly go about it, but this way I feel like just might be maybe a little bit more efficient as far as getting the drops that I'm looking for. So there's actually a couple different ways we could go about doing this, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But let's go ahead and just start right up and get going with the build here in just a minute. This is going to mark my corner, and as you can tell, it's diagonally across from the corner of our warehouse here. And I'm just going to set this up right there, just that way, kind of, and it's going to be facing right here. And I'm probably going to set up kind of like the processing area right in this area. So we'll have our blaze spawner over here, and right next to it's going to be setting up like our processing center, which this will be included in the processing center. We'll probably either leave this here and build around it, or possibly, I don't know, we might push it back. We'll see. I'm not quite sure just yet. We'll see how it turns out when I get there. So I went ahead and made up a whole bunch more furnaces in our Steve's Workshop tables. So we got, what is that, effectively 16 furnaces going? So I got some more nether brick, which awesomely enough, now that the pack has been updated, I don't know, maybe I just didn't try it this way before. Honestly, it's been so long I don't even remember anymore. But we can make nether brick, which is awesome. I've been wanting to do that. That was kind of the problem before. So the structure I want to get going with is going to be built out of some stone and some, coal. I know it doesn't sound like completely right, but that's because we're going to be working with some chisel. I think the only thing I worked on chisel so far was just like some glass, but I did make the diamond chisel as well, which is the diamond and stick, pretty easy. There's a couple other chisels, I believe an obsidian one, I'm not really sure what it does, I don't know. Diamond chisel, which is fine for me. And then there's an iron chisel, which doesn't have as much durability as the diamond one. So, yeah, there you go. Toss that in the center. This is the chisel block that I'm going to be using a little bit of. And that's going to make us Grimstone. And Grimstone is awesome. I love the way this stuff looks by itself. And it emits a really cool little particle effect. Look at those little black stars with a little hint and haze of red around them. Yeah, that's cool. I like it myself. So we're going to poke around with that, but first, let's go ahead and chisel it. This is what I'm going to go for right here. Smooth Grimstone plate. So I'm going to go ahead and grab up a couple stacks of that real quick, and I believe I want to go ahead and chisel up my nether brick. I might swap this out a little bit later on for something like maybe just regular nether brick, but for now, I'm going to go with what I had planned. This red nether nether brick. My words, they're not working tonight. I'm going to have to punch them in the face or something. So yeah, there we go. We got that. I believe I'm going to probably want to make sure I get myself some regular netherrack as well. So where's that hanging out there? And I'm going to do probably the majority of this off camera. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Well, I don't know. All right. For this, though, we should have the basic premise of this. There's actually still one more block I want to make. This is going to be the floor of this structure I'm going to make. And iron. There it is. 60 blocks of iron, 60 blocks of gold. Look at that. Corey's doing amazing. 13 blocks of diamond. Don't know how much I had before, but that seems to be pretty good. And yeah, fair amount of shiny ore. Not too bad. Let's grab a stack of iron. And we should be good there. So let's go ahead and surround some iron this time with some stone. And that'll give us a little bit of the Tyrian, which I'll use for a floor. And I'm going to swamp that over to this futuristic plating block because it kind of resembles, in my opinion, kind of like a charcoal-y feel. Where's the sun at? Is it seriously setting already? Wow, that was fast. Well, anyways, the interior, I'm going to probably do 7x7, I think. I know the outside is like a 9x9, so let's see. That's going to start there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we'll do this pretty much in a square. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good there. And back this way. You're back. Welcome back. Oh, wait, you're a different Enderman. That's completely all right because, well, I like the ender pearls. The only problem is that I'm kind of a little low because I did make up some more in stone, and I'm going to get to that in just a minute because I've got a pretty cool idea what we're going to be using that for, and I'm probably going to make a little bit extra for myself. So there we go. We got this, and if we look at this right, this looks a little smaller than I remember. I don't know why. Why is this so much smaller? Huh, well that's strange. Could have sworn this looked a little bit bigger. Yeah, actually I think I need to take this out one more block. I think this was actually the inside that I had planned out. My bad. That is all right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mark the corners, and then I'll finish that up in just a second. But I'll show you guys the flooring that I had planned out, which now, thanks to our drill, we can actually clear out relatively easily because, well, it's dirt. It's very easy to break, and, well, this is a super multi-drill, and I love it, so love this. This is so great, guys. I just, getting sand is amazing. Clearing landscapes is awesome. I love that. That's so nice. I can't even. And then, getting rid of it. Even better. Oh, I feel so good about this. So this is what I'm going to be doing, guys, real quick. I'm going to set up the floor. And I'll probably just do this in quick cuts real fast, so that way we can just kind of get through the building really quick, and you guys can kind of still see me do the whole building process, in a sense. So I'll get through this real quick, and boom, check that out. And then as far as this is concerned, I think what I'll do is set up the grimstone along the edges as well. I love this stuff. It looks so cool. I wouldn't mind. I'm probably going to wind up doing a lot more with this as well in the near future. But for now, this is awesome. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to line that there. I'm going to take this up 9 blocks. We're going to make a big, giant square box with a grimstone. And I'll be back in just a minute to have a little bit more fun. All right, guys. And we're back with a big, giant box. It's probably bigger than what it actually needs to be for a blaze spawner, but I think it's going to look pretty darn cool when I get done because, well, I've already kind of got an idea of how it's going to look. Anyway, so this is what I have so far. Went ahead and placed on the bottom 3 layers with this nether rack that we chiseled up earlier, and around the front, this is, well, the side I'm going to kind of designate as the front, with the actual nether brick, just kind of lined up around the inside of the actual grimstone we have. But now, I want to jump into a little bit of another mod called, and I think it goes really well with, well, you know, chisel, but carpenter's blocks. Oh yeah. And I don't really plan on doing too much with it, just need some of these guys right here. Carpenter stairs. So I'm going to go ahead and craft those like normal stairs from the blocks you just saw me craft. And these blocks are actually pretty awesome. You can place them down, and what you can do with them, if you're unfamiliar, is you can right-click them with an actual, you know, any other block. Say, for instance, I wanted this stair to look like dirt. Well, mission accomplished. We did that. Or maybe I just want to make a path of just dirt, and I don't want it to turn into grass. I'm pretty sure we can do that with this. Oh, that's cool. It actually resembles the actual sound of dirt, too. That's good. That's awesome. I like that. And now we could put grass on top of that. I believe if you right-click or shift-right-click with actual seeds, it'll turn that into grass, but I don't really want that. So what I'm actually going to be using that for myself is the nether brick. So I'm going to go ahead and break that real fast. And if you wanted to just break it without taking like the actual stair or block down, you can make a carpenter's hammer, but I shouldn't actually have to need one for this instance. We'll probably make one later though. Alright, so I want to set this up like so. Place one block there, stair there. Oh, and the nice thing about these stairs is, well, they can also place sideways, which is awesome. I might actually, you know what, I have a kind of a cool idea. We'll do it in a minute. We'll do it in a minute. We're not there yet. We'll get there in a second. Quit getting ahead of yourself. All right, there. Reach it. There we go. And there. All right. Let's take a look. Step back. Yes. Looking good so far. Some of you guys may already can kind of guess what I'm going for at the moment. If you can, cool. If not, you might be getting a little bit warmer now. I hope so. Granted, I did go ahead and cook up some more glass real quick. So we'll take this stuff, and we're going to go ahead and run through and do a little chiseling with this as well. I believe... no. Let's run inside. I believe I might in my mob's drops chest back here. Ah, what do you know? A little bit of ink. Shouldn't need too much, but I want to go ahead and get some black stained glass. I think maybe 48 should be all right. Make sure we leave that one in here, so that way when we do collect more later, it knows where to land. So let's see. Can we go ahead and now chisel this? Ah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. The black borderless stained glass. And if it would actually go in the right spot in my inventory, that'd be wonderful. All right, so with this, we'll place that right here on this line all the way. And I'm going to build this all the way up. That way we can actually visibly see inside the spawner. I think that's going to be really awesome. Fortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to go kill some more squids. So I'm going to be doing that here in just a minute. I'm also going to go ahead and finish filling in these open areas here with this nether brick here that we chiseled up earlier. And when I get done with that, we should be done with the structure. And we'll be back in just a minute to see the final results. Be back in just a second. Alright guys, what do you think? Got it finally finished. Well, not the actual entirety of the blaze spawner, but I do have the structure finished for the most part. I gotta say, I do like the way it looks. It is pretty, well, flat, except for in the front here. Obviously, we got the stairs and the glass and stuff like that, but I just had a pretty cool thought. I was thinking about utilizing some more of these carpenter stairs to maybe give this a little bit more shape. And that's one of the reasons why I love carpenter's blocks so much. Now, I hope you guys have noticed that it does indeed look very similar to, well, a furnace. Yes, I didn't use the exact same colors, but I thought maybe since we're doing blazes that we could go with a little bit more of a nether kind of feel to it. And I think it looks pretty nice. But we're going to change it just a little bit. We're going to do some carpenter stairs. Now, if you guys notice, this is actually a connected texture. As you can see the edges here, this gray connects all the way around, and it doesn't connect to each individual block. Now, unfortunately, what happens is sometimes when you play around with carpenter's blocks and add in blocks that actually have, you know, a connected texture, so you can see it's a block. Now it looks like, you know, it's in the shape of like the rectangle with the whole outside edge of that. But unfortunately, with carpenter's blocks, like I said, sometimes it doesn't keep that entire connected texture. So this is what I think I'm going to do to the structure to maybe give it a little bit more depth. And that's what I usually like to do. And, well, that's kind of what I like to call it when I do this building that I like to do. And, well, these building processes that I like to do. Normally, I do like to add in a lot of depth, and I feel like it gives a lot of, well, personality is maybe the word I'm looking for to the structure. So this is what I plan on doing. and I think it's going to look pretty cool. Instead of being just a box, it's going to look a little, I don't know, maybe a little bit better. So I'm going to add that all the way around on all the sides. And as you can see, I made up some more carpenter's blocks. So thankfully with our iBench, this makes life a lot easier for me. You can just shift click it in, do that, and well, we have a whole bunch of that now. All the carpenter stairs we could possibly need. We'll do that, as well as that, and we're good on Grimstone for a little bit. Hopefully that'll be enough. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this little bit around the edge here, sleep through the night real quick, and we'll get started on the interior of our blaze spawner. At last. Finally. At last. We'll be back in just a minute. Alright guys, and we're back. I gotta say, I think this looks amazing. I love the way it turned out. The hold, the depth, everything. The carpenter's stairs just made it, I think. Instead of making it look just like a normal flat box with just one side looking kind of decent, sitting next to our warehouse that actually looks just like a giant box, but it's partially more of a rectangle. But anyways, that's beside the point. We're gonna get to that later. This, I have to say though, I'm very, very happy with, and it's time to get started on the inside. So what I've already done was cooked up a little bit more end stone for us, and I believe we're actually gonna need to probably grab some more blaze rods, but I think that'll work for now. What I'm gonna do though in the meantime is we're gonna grab some diamonds. We're going to run over to our atomic calculator, and last episode we made ourselves up a end diamond, and that thing I said was, well, very powerful, and it's, well, yeah, it is. I don't really know how else to explain it, but yeah, it's very powerful. So we're going to toss our fire diamonds into our conductor mast. What, it's calculating? That's right. I love calculator and calculating. It's awesome. Love it. Especially the flawless calculator. I'm sorry, that just looks like a furnace. It does. I think I did a pretty good job. Gotta say, I like it. At least I'd like it, but yeah, you know what I mean. Anyways, so we got our end stone, our electric diamond, and I'm gonna grab up some of that obsidian real quick. And hooking this up into our atomic calculator, electric diamond, end stone, and obsidian, gives us the end diamond. Oops, sorry guys, my throat's all acting up on me. All right, there we go. My throat's all better now. There we go. Much, much better. So now we can use this to make ourselves, for one, an end forged sword. Now, like I said, there are some other tools. You can make anything from, you know, your pickaxe to the hoe to the shovel. And the nice things about these tools are, well, they're unbreakable. And we're going to have some fun with that here in just a minute, but apparently the sun wants to set on me. Again, well, you know, I could test it out on the blazes, and I think that's a good idea. We're going to go toss this inside the spawner here in just a minute and test out our new sword, but we're going to test it out real quick on these guys. Well, this guy. How you like sword? Well, that's not bad at all. That's pretty awesome. I like it. And like I said, durability doesn't need it because, well, it's unbreakable. Time to move our precious spawner into our spawner. Now the problem with this is it's gonna start spawning blazes, which is fine. It's not the worst thing in the world, obviously. But I think I want to set this up here for now. This might be a little bit tricky. Something like that. There we go. Let's make sure let's not touch it with our drill, because if we break it, that, well, I don't think we can get it back. Not after we break it. Not even with silk touch. So I think that's going to work out pretty well. I'm hoping they will start spawning, right? I think it's going to be a little slow. Yep, there they go. That's what I was hoping for. Look at them going here, guys. That's, yeah, liking it. So there's a lot of damage on this sword. I would like to get a little bit more. I think we could probably squeeze some more out of this with maybe some sharpness. I don't quite know what I have set up for sharpness at the moment in books. We got sharp, rune etched. Oh yeah, we have this thing. Rune etched. I don't think I can pull that off of there though, which is unfortunate. And I could head over to the village and set that up, but I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. I do want to upgrade it just a little bit, though. And one of the upgrades I want to go for is... if I can actually find one. Oh, no. No. I hate to do this, but it must be done. Mr. Jenkins, I need your feather. Thank you, Mr. Jenkins. I greatly appreciate it. Now, where'd that anvil go? Oh, there it is. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this guy with AoE damage. So now we have AoE on our Inforged sword, and I'm going to use this in combination with another item in just a minute. Okay, oh, that makes sense as to why. So much stuff in my inventory, and I can't hold anything. Let's put some things away. Some chicken away. Apparently I didn't mark that or the feathers yet. But that's alright. So I want to make from thermal expansion, that's right. Lost myself for a minute. The autonomous activator. That guy right there is what we're going to be working towards. So I've actually already made everything for it. And now, that wasn't too long ago that this guy actually required no power whatsoever and just worked by himself. But until recently, it did actually have to require power. So now we do have to provide him with some RF. And I'm going to go ahead and just for demonstration purposes, instead of using my good sword that could possibly kill me, I'm going to go ahead and use the flawless diamond sword that we had before. Set it to left click, first slot only. And let's supply this guy with a little bit of power. We'll grab our electrum coils. Yeah. I hear the blazes too, guys. Don't worry. And we'll hook that up right there. So check it out. Now we can see the front actually, well, with a little bit of an animation there. And its internal buffer power filling up. So if we stand here, whoa, check it out. It's hitting us. That's right. And that's what I plan on doing with our blaze spawner. Now, this system has been used in the past, and other people have used it, and I think it's going to work really well because it will actually use what's on the sword. So if we do get looting on our sword, if we do get looting on our sword, it will actually drop more blaze rods for us, which is the whole goal in this whole, well, spawner system here. The other option I could have went with was, we read in immersive engineering that we could have mobs fall into the crusher and actually kill mobs for us and produce their drops. And I really don't want that because I don't know if it produces more than one, and this is one of the ones I did not test. I'm pretty sure this, I'm not sure or not if it would give you just like one blaze rod, possibly. But I really don't want to take that chance. So I think it's cool and it's a little bit more expensive and stuff, but I kind of want to go with something like this. I think this looks really cool too. Another way we could have went was maybe like modular turrets or, you know, maybe NPCs, but requires a little bit more work on the other side of things. I think the turrets would require a lot of power. Plus, I haven't really got the turrets just yet, but I do plan on it in the future. So let's try out our new sword here. Oh yeah, that AoE power. Love it. Love it. Awesome. So much niceness. I like it a lot. All right, not too bad on the blaze powders though. Just stinks we keep getting things like, magnetization. That doesn't stink actually. We get so many armor drops though, it's not even funny. You're gonna burn down my house with that, man. Calm down. So, all right, what do we want to do? We want to get them in a specific spot because this is only going to hit them if they land on it or close to it. So we need to set up something to push them where we want them to go. And the plan I have for that is, well, something I've kind of used in the past, but not really the same thing is, well, not a conveyor belt. And this time, instead of from another mod, we're going to be using it from immersive engineering. A little bit of leather, some redstone, and some iron. I don't have a whole ton of leather, so hopefully this will be enough, but thankfully it doesn't use, like, it doesn't make just like one. It does make a fair bit of them, and the fun part of this is going to be trying to set this up while the blazes are in here. That's the real fun part. I love that. That's so cool. Just hearing them all die at the same time. And the plan here is we're going to set this up like this, so that way they face the way we want them to, which is that way. Ooh, careful, don't get stuck in it yourself, because it is very difficult to get out of, for one. Darn you blazes, get out of here. Kind of makes me wonder if I should even put this thing in here yet. Because it's working really good. It's working its heart off. Alright, there we go. And we'll place that guy there. Like I said, careful not to get in it. It is very difficult to get off of it. And I'm going to place all these guys the same way. And they're all going to lead down that one hole over there. Is the sun setting or is it just really dark in here? I'm going to go with it's really dark in here. Alright, let's go ahead and clear out this wall here. This will maybe make things a little bit easier on me. And it looks to me like I am definitely going to need... Oh, that is an Infernal blowing holes and stuff. And I don't quite appreciate it. Balls of fire. Alright, Mr. Man. You're going to have to die. Seriously? You're blowing holes in my stuff. And now you're poisoning me. You know I can barely die. You know that, right? Mr. Blaze guy. Now, I'm hoping this system works well with the fact that we have Infernals and stuff. But for now, let's move this guy back outside. Because they're blowing stuff up and I don't... Yes, I know you're potato GLaDOS. I don't quite appreciate the whole blowing up my stuff thing. The other nice thing is it does also push the items down, but we're not going to have to worry about that too much. Jeez. Breaking all my glass. Man, look at that. I think I even put that one up. Alright guys, I'm going to have to go get a little bit more leather, it looks like. I'll be back in just a minute. I'm going to clean up this mess that they made. And we'll be back in just a minute once I finish filling up the floor with some more conveyor belts. Be back in just a minute. Alright guys, and we're back, just about to finish up laying off my last few conveyor belts. And there we go. Not too bad. I went in and also cleaned up the mess that Blaze made earlier. Oh, no. I will warn you guys, do your best not to get stuck on these things. These things will hold onto your feet very tightly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a nice little system down there for us to kill our blazes. Let's go ahead and close this up, hopefully for the last time. Drat, I am going to have to put that in there. We'll do that in a minute because we do need to set up this system real quick, and I'm going to do this underground. We're going to go ahead and mine down just a little bit and try to find that center spot there. I think it's just about here. Somewhere around here, at least. It wasn't that far in. Where are you? There? No. Oh, there it is. Right here. Very nice. Very good. That'll work for me. All right. We're going to go ahead and just fill this in with this excess Tyrian plating we have. I might take this down just a little bit more. Let's see. Where's your... Oh, there it is. I was like, where did I put the thing? All right, so... Wait, why are you not working? Oh, wait, that's right. You don't work for anything. You need the actual engineer's hammer. All right, so orange's output. We'll pick you back up. Let's try that now. And now we got power running into there. There should be an ample amount, like I said. More than enough than what it should need for a while. Place that guy in there. Left click, not sneaking. Place this here. And now we just need one way to pick up all of our items. Now, unfortunately, it is going to drop experience. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a great thing, too, if I'm close by and it just drops it anyway. But it should only activate if I'm actually close by myself. So if that's the case, I'll be down there, hopefully, to pick up the experience. Otherwise, a whole bunch of experience will be just sitting on the floor. Don't really want that. So what am I going to do to pick up the items? Well, from Calculator, there is an awesome item called the Magnetic Flux. And we're going to need some stable stone to make this and a flux point. So with that, we're going to need an ender pearl. Thankfully, we do have a little bit of those left. Be careful, don't right-click on that. You could have just threw that thing out the window. That's definitely not what we wanted to do. I'm just saying, it could have happened. Trust me, it's not something I want to happen. Let me actually just go and throw that away. We're going to be getting a lot of that stuff. I don't know if I'm going to avoid that at some point or what, but we'll probably be getting a lot of like armor drops and stuff, and I really don't want them, but we'll see. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and make our fire diamond real quick. Diamond, blaze rod, boom. And then for this, we're gonna need that, and the scientific calculator, which if we open up our flawless calculator, we can go to dynamic crafting, and that would be our scientific calculator right there. So redstone, ender pearl, flux point. That was easy. And then we just need a little bit of stable stone as well, which we made last episode. It requires a flawless calculator and the reinforced stone, and that gives you stable stone. All right, there we are. Magnetic flux. This thing is pure coolness. We're going to grab a few more blaze rods. I'm going to grab one ender pearl. I think a little bit of string. And then I'm going to grab me a chest. You guys probably already know what I'm planning on crafting. That's right. I'm going to get myself another ender chest. Fortunately, I need a little bit more obsidian. I think I might... Oh, yeah, I think I have enough. Was it... Did I need 4? Was it 4? Something like that? Was it a number? Yep. Pretty sure I got that mixed up. I think it's like this. Really? Guys, it has been a while since I played and finished. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's only 2. Yeah, I was going to say, where did the ender pearl go, right? It's like, where did we need that ender pearl? We should have everything. There we go. There's our ender chest. So we do need a chest to go along with this. It will actually pick items up, and it does a really nice job of that. I'm going to set it to exact no blacklist. Now, I don't have any items blacklisted. So all I got to do now is, well, drop an item on the ground, and boom! Pulls it right toward it. But unfortunately, it doesn't have an inventory for it to go into. So let's go ahead and fill this guy up real quick with a little bit of power. And if we place an item in there, or an item underneath this, like a chest, an inventory of sorts. So now you can see it's on top. We have stuff coming in. What happens if we throw some coal down on the ground? All right, well, let's take a look in here. We have 31 in this stack. So by throwing this in there, we should see, yep, perfect. We got more coal, almost a full stack there. So yeah, that's the plan here. And all of this should make its way into our network this way once they die. And that's hopefully going to work out flawlessly. So we should be able to set this up just about anywhere. I'm going to set this up right down here, kind of out of the way for the most part. And we'll put that guy right there, looking cool. And last but not least, all we got to do is set up, I think. Do I have any more conveyor belts? Yeah, there we go. Ow. Keep forgetting about that. I could, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. I could set up a conveyor belt here to kind of push out the experience, but I really don't want that. We're not going to worry about it. We'll set up a way to get down here a little bit, you know, nicer out of the way instead of the front later. But we're running out of time, so let's go ahead and just jump right in. Let's get this thing set up. I'm going to knock this out of the way. Oh, man. I need those. Actually, hold on a minute. There they are. It's nice. All right, I'm going to use a little bit of glass just to kind of get around real quick and place this spawner where I want it to be, which is right on top of that. All right. Come here, you. Get inside your new home. Made you a brand new one. Why are you crazying out on me? Whoa! You would be infernal. Let's just kind of, Oh, you hear it? Thing's already going to town on him, man. Oh, that is so cool. Look, you hear that? Oh, that is perfect. Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, I am going to do something about the helmets and stuff and all the armor. I don't know what I'm going to do or where I'm going to put it, but guys, check this out. Look at this spawner. Yeah, they get a little stuck in there sometimes, but trust me, they're going to work their way out in just a minute. Just watch. Just you wait. Oh, yeah, look at that. They're just going to funnel right on in. Slowly but surely. They'll bounce in and out. Don't worry. They'll make their way down. And if we come down this way, as you can see, we got a whole bunch of experience coming in. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to be careful about that. The AoE damage might hit us. or from the sword. But that's okay. No big deal. As long as we stay far enough away, we should be okay. Now, I might have to raise that up a little bit, just so that the way they spawn. No, I think it's good, actually. I think that's far enough away, yeah. 15 blocks or something like that, I believe. Yeah, that's so cool. And we should look in here and see all of the items that we're going to be getting, like well, you can see we're going to be getting armor and stuff, but I'm saying, like, blaze rods. That's the important part here. The blaze rods and the experience. Experience is nice, too. So I can start using that to upgrade things. But anyways, guys, we're over on time today. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. If you guys would rate the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you guys then. Goodbye.